Coming up on Tech Now, the Silicon Valley stowaway, how he lived inside a tech company while building a startup of his own. Inside the Slide, how Facebook's IPO shook up the tech industry and what comes next. If you're looking for a job, here's looking at you, the new video resume startup. And take a ride on a Silicon Valley special effects creation, the technology powering Transformers. From the Tech Museum of Innovation in the heart of Silicon Valley, I'm Scott Budman. This is Tech Now. Thanks for watching. We begin with a 3D ride fueled by Silicon Valley technology. Get ready to be transformed. They first attacked the silver screen. Now they're invading Hollywood with a big boost from Silicon Valley. Decepticons jumping off the screen in the new Transformers ride at Universal Studios.
We wanted to create a space where we could bring these giant robotic alien creatures to life.
The $40 million attraction is the most technically advanced Universal ride yet. It features custom-designed motion-based vehicles
It seats 12 people inside.
that bring you up close to 3D images created by Bay Area effect giant Industrial Light and Magic, where a team of artists using servers packed with graphic chips from Silicon Valley's NVIDIA created 3D high-resolution scenes.
And what's great about that is it completely immerses the audience, right away. Like, you believe that when he jumps on the front of your car, he's right there in front of you.
It's the closest you can get to the Transformers thanks to 14 giant screens and a swarm of custom visual effects.
You can't escape Megatron.
We're using 3D technology, first of all, to bring the creatures right up close to you. We also have wind effect to make it seem like you're going much faster than you really are. We have water sprays for different water effects that happen. And we even have a heat effect in this attraction. When Megatron shoots you with his atomic cannon and that warhead comes right at your head in 3D, you feel the heat of it going over your head. Believe me, it gets your attention.
Hollywood magic meeting Silicon Valley technology. And now an amazing story about a young man who lived undetected inside a giant tech company while working on a startup of his own. And it worked. All right, we've seen young entrepreneurs here in Silicon Valley before, but 20-year-old Eric Simons is known for more than just his work ethic.
I was working at AOL every single day, and it just got to the point where I was like, there's a couch right there.
He's now known as the guy who turned a 4-month incubator visit at AOL into a longer stay.
You go there and you're like, oh, this would be a sweet place to live. Like there's a pinball machine, like there's Coke on tap.
Eric squatted at the company's Palo Alto headquarters for 2 months without anyone knowing.
It was just me. I had no money. And because I had no money, I had no place to live. My parents are like on the other side of the country.
Stealthily working on his startup by day, trying to find a place to sleep each night.
The only thing that I was pretty uncomfortable about doing was actually falling asleep. You can't be alert. Like you have to go off in a corner and pray someone doesn't come and find you there.
But all good things must come to an end.
The room I was in, they call it Nap Quest. So you can take naps in there.
And Eric got caught.
It was very clear. It was okay, it's time to go. The party has come to an end.
Now, a couple of couches later, Eric's startup called Class Connect has VC funding. Eric has a house and a Silicon Valley reputation.
When you're broke and you have nothing, you go to great lengths to make things happen.
Eric tells us Class Connect is not only in business, it's going strong, with more than 11,000 teachers signing up within weeks of launch. And with that, the NASDAQ exchange came across the country to Silicon Valley. History made as CEO Mark Zuckerberg and the members of the Facebook team launched the company's IPO from its own campus, beginning a whirlwind of trading that has been talked about and picked apart ever since. It's been an amazing run for Facebook, and we wanted to show you a bit of the company's history, or as Facebook might call it, the timeline. It all started in a Harvard dorm room That's where Mark Zuckerberg and his roommates kicked off what would become a tech revolution. Social networking, now a part of most of our lives every day.
Really made everybody's friendships more public, you know, like you get to know other people's relationships as well as your own with them, you know, so it's pretty cool.
From its first funding, courtesy of PayPal co-founder Peter Thiel, to its steady climb of users coming on board, Facebook has become a huge moneymaker through status updates, millions and millions of photos, videos,
okay, this works,
and eventually ads, the source of Facebook's profit. Google and Yahoo each tried to buy Facebook, but Zuckerberg never sold and soon became one of the richest young people in the world. To this day, Facebook evolves constantly, changing the way we use it.
It's changing the way we communicate and the way we do business, but it's just making everything faster.
And using its cash to grow. Witness its recent billion-dollar buyout of photo app Instagram. It's also been given credit for being a huge force in making change around the world, in places like the Middle East, where the ability to communicate here on the internet to millions of people at the same time has been given credit for starting revolutions and sparking government change. With nearly 3 billion likes and comments every day, Facebook is, it seems, making the world a more social place. Which leaves a lot of people wondering, what will be the next Facebook? We found one company with lots of growth, a hot product, and a young CEO. It's a fast-paced world at Box these days. A new headquarters, hiring like crazy, and yeah, cloud storage may not sound as sexy as social networking, but Box is in a $290 billion business, and that's sexy.
So it's a very big market. The technology tends to be extremely disruptive.
That's Box CEO Aaron Levie. He'll let Facebook get the IPO credit for now, but like Facebook, Box is taking its time before going public. A strategy he says helps businesses become better prepared for life after IPO.
Build much stronger business models, build much better organizations, make sure their product is much more embedded into culture, right? I mean, for Facebook to have over 900 million users and finally go public is very, very different than what it was like 10 or 15 years ago.
And while Box is working hard to embed itself into the culture, it also has an alcove for video games, on-site hammocks, beer kegs, and a really big slide that looks like this going down. Unless we mention that even though the business here is cloud content management, this company still knows how to have fun. It also knows how to put the gloves on and work. Could this be the next big tech success story? Big sales, big growth, even a young CEO who started the business while still in college.
The cool thing about the internet is from anywhere in the world, at any age, you can be building technology and building companies that then get distributed and used by people throughout the world.
So Box will take its time, but don't be surprised if it's the one celebrating soon. Facebook is also the platform for many startup companies. Here's a peek into the future of networking and shopping. Our phones are our lives. Now you're able to see and broadcast more of life with the Color app on the Facebook platform.
We think that by being live, you connect with people in a really kind of unique way.
You already know that connecting with people is what Facebook is all about, but smaller companies like Color are able to work with Facebook to let you interact in more specific ways.
Facebook is a platform that you have to have no matter what choices you make now. Whether it's Android or iOS, you're going to have to share the information. And I think that's where they have this really amazing, unique opportunity. It's how people want to share information. It's how people are discovering it.
People are also using Facebook's platform to discover Pavement, a way to sell and shop by tapping into the social network.
We're all about being the accelerant, about getting their great, authentic story and their cool products out to the broad base.
After all, you may have several dozen or even several hundred friends, but if you want big sales, Pavement can help you and your product get seen.
They don't come to open up a store to sell to their current fans. They want to sell to that 900 million on Facebook, right? So we're all about giving them tools to reach beyond their current fan base and get out to the broad Facebook populace.
They're smaller companies riding a huge technology wave while giving you more choices.
the concept of personalized discovery is the future. So not only am I sharing, I'm discovering information that way too.
There's a whole new kind of interaction that's possible that just wasn't possible before.
Now, Facebook isn't just helping other companies, it also rolled out a camera of its own for your iPhone. It lets you shoot, share, and filter photos, just like Instagram, the company Facebook paid $1 billion for. You can find our interviews along with other video and comments on the TechNow Facebook page. Just search TechNow TV on Facebook.
Stay with us after the break. TechNow returns with a way to improve your chances of getting a new job and how you can snag a good deal with your mobile phone.
Welcome back. The gaming industry is alive and kicking, but these are zombies from Zynga, roaming the streets of San Francisco, part of Zynga's promotion for the launch of its game called Zombie Swipeout. While Apple fans flock to the retail stores, film crews recently flooded Los Altos, the hometown of Steve Jobs. They started filming a new movie about the Apple co-founder in the same garage where Apple, the company, was born. Ashton Kutcher will play Jobs. The film will chronicle his life from 1971 to 2000, when he officially became CEO of Apple for the second time. This is Usher on stage to unveil the latest dance game for the Xbox 360 game console. Part of a long list of updates recently from Microsoft, new ways to listen to music, stream movies and TV shows, and of course, lots of video games like the newest Halo. Here's a group of young people who don't need a game console to have fun. These are the Sunny Silver Kids from San Ramon, one of 86 4th and 5th grade teams from all over the world competing in the Hold It Challenge, a way to encourage young people to communicate through skits. This team, near to our heart because they created their own interactive robot for their presentation, and we're happy to say they took 7th place out of all 86 teams. When today's kids graduate college, they should be all right, but it's a tough job market out there now, which is why one Silicon Valley startup wants you to put your resume on video. The statistics are sobering. Even in an economy that's getting stronger, jobs are still hard to come by for recent college graduates. Now there's a startup that wants to help, using technology to move beyond the resume.
Our general philosophy is that people are more than a piece of paper.
ReadyForce uses software and video to get graduates ready for the workforce and bring them together with companies looking to fill jobs.
And so we think about how do you create this multidimensional profile that has not only that work experience, not only the educational experience, but what you're looking for in a job and really who you are as an individual.
That was 3 months straight of number crunching and deal report making.
It's an idea that worked for Shwetika Bajil, who made this video a year ago and was hired by ReadyForce. She's now a recent grad and a full-time employee.
I was definitely experiencing a large brick wall, no matter wherever you looked, no matter how pedigreed you were. So having another tool to be able to present yourself is an advantage.
An advantage for graduates and for companies trying to hire. This is a way to bring people and jobs together.
Especially for the student population where they're scattered around the country, they can't get on an airplane and fly all over and interview with a bunch of different companies. That video allows us to get those folks closer together faster.
Making you less generic and more attractive to your next employer. And maybe you'll be a professional baseball player, which, if you're also hip to the tech world, will get you a spot here on our show. Here's TechNow's Lawrence Scott.
Giants fan favorites Buster Posey and Ryan Vogelsong have teamed up off the field to help educate parents about the rating system in the world of video games with a new public service announcement for the ESRB, the Entertainment Software Rating Board.
As young parents, we both have small children, and we just feel that it's very important for parents to know what kind of games their kids are playing, and not every game is appropriate for every child.
While some enthusiastic young gamers were part of the unveiling playing with Sony's MLB 12 The Show. And the real thrill for the Junior Giants here today was getting to play some games with Buster and Ryan.
It's really just a matter of taking a couple of seconds, and if you want more information, you use the mobile app, and the information is there. So it's just a matter of taking time and putting some effort forth.
The Junior Giants on hand were each treated to a brand new Sony Vita game system with copies of MLB The Show so they could take the game with them when they left the ballpark. And Sony Computer Entertainment America has had a long-time relationship with the Giants. Their president and CEO, Jack Tretton, was on hand at the event.
Well, I think sports is incredibly important to gamers, and we've had a great relationship with the Giants going on 10 years now. They've been true partners to us. And of course, baseball is near and dear to our heart because of MLB The Show. It's the leading baseball game in the market, the most realistic sports game available. And I think it's a great marriage of our relationship with the consumers, our relationship with the Giants, and just a genre that appeals so much to gamers.
With the scene at AT&T Park, I'm Lawrence Scott.
There's more to come on Tech Now, including the turnaround plan for a SiliconValley.com giant and how it can help you get a good deal on your summer vacation.
Welcome back. We've got new ways to mobilize from a couple of Silicon Valley companies. Here's how they can help you browse and shop.
Donuts? Meet smartphone. PayPal headquarters turned sugary for the day to show off some of the 15 retailers who will use PayPal's mobile payment system to let you shop by phone.
We call it a new normal because people use their smartphones to shop.
More ways to spend money. Convenient for customers and retailers too.
And for those merchants, it will enable them to serve their customers better, send them offers if they accept to receive them, and grow their businesses.
There is money changing hands, but there's more importantly, there's information changing hands that is more relevant on an individual consumer basis, which we're excited about. And I think from our perspective, we're going to be able to mine data and then customize offers in a more specific way long-term to consumers.
Speaking of mobile, it's where Yahoo is going to try to turn things around, starting here with Axis, its new browser aimed at your mobile devices.
No matter where you are, what you're doing, you have your results right there whenever you need them.
The struggling.com releasing a mobile statement. It wants you to search here, then take those answers with you wherever you go.
You could start on your iPad and put it down and then pick up your iPhone and literally pick up where you left off. Your last page that you were on, all your bookmarks are accessible wherever you go, even on your desktop.
Mobile search and mobile payments, both with new ways to sweeten your online experience.
Speaking of Yahoo's push into mobile, the company has an app that may save you some time this summer. Anand Chandrasekaran is coming to us from Yahoo. Thanks for joining us with Time Traveler app. Something for the iPhone. Tell us about that.
So Time Traveler is an iPhone app that creates custom itineraries for mobile users based on where they are and how much time they have to explore a city.
So it sounds like a travel app, but perhaps with more of a time focus, which is so important to many of us when we travel.
Absolutely. So we've created these custom trips across 29 cities: Amsterdam, London, Rome, New York City, San Francisco, etc. And based on where you are and how much time you have in that city, we allow you to discover new places and explore the city some more.
And so given the time, is this something where I'll say, I have this much time in London, set out a course for me?
Right, so you'll, let's say you're a business traveler having a layover, or you're a vacationer in that city, and you'll just say, here's where I am right now, here's where I'd like to end up, I have 6 hours, show me. So
it's interesting. The history of Yahoo was, mining for data when, Yahoo was an early search company. Is that sort of what you're doing here, taking data out and allowing you to use it while you're on the go?
Yeah, so we do 3 things here. One is we geo-track and geo-locate where the user is. The second is we leverage Flickr metadata to look at, what users have been taking pictures of and bring that into how long people are spending. And the third is we have one of the world's best travel backends that looks at users' interaction with these destinations and points of interest. So we have a popularity algorithm that brings the best points of interest to the fore.
That's interesting.
So we put that all together and brought it out for users.
Now, we talked about the mobile browser just a little bit ago. How important is mobile to Yahoo as the company goes forward?
Yeah, so mobile's pretty much default now, right? You've used a lot of services that you've pretty much used only on mobile. So Time Traveler and Yahoo Access are pretty much mobile-first experiences.
And that is sort of saying, hey, we know where you are when you're on Yahoo, or anything for that matter, and it's going to be on your mobile phone or your tablet?
That's exactly right.
Okay, and going forward, are we going to see more of these where the data sort of comes to us as we are on the go?
Exactly. So we're going to be adding more and more cities for Time Traveler, and we'll be investing in a lot of similar experiences.
All right. Anand Chandrasekharan from Yahoo, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
And stay with us. Tech Now, we'll be right back. We are a nation obsessed with jobs and job creation, which is why the rest of the nation turns to us and says, how do you do it in Silicon Valley with all the growth and all the hiring?
While the rest of the nation struggles, A10 Networks is moving in. A new, bigger headquarters for the San Jose Networking Equipment Company. They'll need it for the 100 people they're going to hire.
100 jobs in this building?
Yes, within the next 12 months.
Up the road in Palo Alto, WePay is also expanding, pulling in a $10 million round of funding to hire more people.
What we're thinking of is definitely hiring across the board in every single department. We're 40 people right now. We're probably going to double that very soon.
In San Francisco, payment service Square just announced plans to double its staff.
We have some content around that.
Its neighbor, Castlight Health, just banked a staggering $100 million in funding and has lots of jobs to fill. What's going on? Is there a Silicon Valley secret sauce?
Oh, sure. The secret sauce is innovation. This is what happens here. Companies figure out ways to innovate new products, new techniques, and they sell it to the world.
It's really about customer and innovation. I think that's what Silicon Valley is really good at. Yeah, taking care of customer and innovation.
So much hiring, companies are fighting over employees.
We're definitely hiring. Our friends in other companies are hiring. And if anything, there's a lot of competition out there for the best employees.
Within a struggling nation, an industry that apparently has the code for job growth.
And on that note, we bring this week's show to a close. Thank you for watching. We hope to see you back here again next week.